The biggest leak in most Shopify stores is the gap between add to cart and purchase. If your checkout conversion is stuck around 2%, watch this. Today we're fixing the 5 most expensive leaks in your funnel. If you open your Shopify analytics and pull up your conversion funnel, you'll see 3 numbers: add to cart rate, reach checkout, and sessions converted. These 3 numbers tell you exactly where your store is bleeding. If your add to cart rate is low, that's an interest problem. People are landing on your store and not seeing enough reason to pick up the product. The fix isn't at checkout, it's on your product page, your offer, and your messaging. If your add to cart rate looks healthy and conversions are still low, that's a friction problem. Something between the cart and the checkout is stopping people who already wanted to buy. We're going to cover all of them, but we have to start at the top, because if you can't build trust on the product page, the checkout flow doesn't even matter. By the time someone reaches your product page, they're interested, but they're also doing a background check. Is this brand real? Does the product work? If I hand over my cart, does someone actually pick up the phone? Let's look at how the top Shopify stores are handling the 4 things that actually move the needle on trust. First up, reviews. And not just a star rating, look at this. Every review has a profile: name, location, age, how many people found it helpful, benefit tags that tell you exactly what the product did for them. And the brand is actually responding in the thread, which tells you there are real people behind this. That level of depth does something a star rating never can. It makes the next customer feel like they're reading from someone just like them. That's what converts. Second, UGC. And look at this. This isn't polished ad content. This is shaky iPhone footage of a real customer genuinely reacting to the product. It feels like something a friend sent you. That's exactly what converts. Third, the founder video, the most underrated trust signal in e-commerce. 30 seconds, you on camera, explaining why you built this, who it's for, and why you stand behind it. It pulls the curtain back, shows there's a real person behind the brand. And fourth, the most underrated one, trust badges. Look at what Love Wellness puts right inside the checkout. A customer quote, review count, shipping speed, and years in business. All visible at the exact moment someone is about to hit pay now. People don't hand their card details to strangers. Give them a reason to trust you before they ever hit checkout, and everything after gets easier. Even one of these done right will move the needle. Fix 2 is about what's happening inside the cart, and it's simpler than most stores make it. By the time someone opens their cart, they're close, genuinely close to checkout. But uncertainty around shipping kills the momentum faster than anything else at this stage. People have been trained by Amazon to expect free shipping. That's just the baseline now. So if someone opens your cart and sees nothing about shipping costs, they're already doing the math in their head. Right inside the cart, call it out. Free shipping on all orders, say it, or like in this case, the store is running a free shipping threshold with a progress bar. You're $12 away from free shipping. Looks really good, and it does 2 things at once. It removes the anxiety and it nudges the order value up. And honestly, push that message even earlier onto the product page itself. This store does it well, because the sooner they know, the less friction builds up. Shipping speed matters just as much as the price. People aren't just worried about cost, they're worried about when their stuff actually arrives. And if that information isn't visible on the product page, they're filling in the blank themselves, usually with the worst case scenario. Show delivery dates, not standard shipping, not 5 to 7 business days, but an actual date. Order today, arrives by Thursday. That one change alone removes a layer of uncertainty most stores don't even realize they're creating. And on the back end, if you're taking longer than a week to ship, that's a conversion problem, not just a logistics one. That's worth fixing. Oh, and by the way, if the first 2 fixes were useful, hit that like button real quick. The biggest one is honestly still ahead. Customers made it this far. Don't lose them to something as fixable as a payment option you haven't turned on. Someone has already picked a product, built a cart, and hit checkout. The only thing standing between you and a sale is how easy you make it to pay. And this is where a lot of stores quietly bleed. First, the one-tap options: Shop Pay, PayPal, Apple Pay, and Google Pay. Literally no typing, no digging around for a card, just one tap and the order is placed. For mobile shoppers especially, this is the difference between a completed sale and an abandoned checkout. If someone has to manually enter their card details on a phone screen, a percentage of them simply won't because it's annoying. Then PayPal. This one has a different job. It's about trust. Someone who doesn't know your brand yet will pay through PayPal because they know they're protected. That purchase protection removes the last bit of hesitation for a first-time buyer. Turn all of these on if they're not already running. And if you're selling a higher ticket product, definitely turn on Shop Pay installments, Afterpay, or Klarna. This doesn't just remove friction, it removes the price objection entirely. Someone sitting on a $120 order suddenly sees 4 payments of $30. That's a different decision, a much easier one. Make it easy to pay. That's it. Fix 4 is an exit intent pop-up. And I know what you're thinking. Pop-ups are annoying. Done right, they're the highest leverage thing you can add to your store today. Here's what's happening without one. Someone browses your store, gets close, and leaves. No sale, no email, no way to reach them again. You paid to get them there through ads, SEO, or content, and you walked away with nothing. Exit intent catches them at the exact moment they're about to close the tab. And there are 2 places where this matters most. First, on the product page. Someone's browsing but not buying, not ready yet, or just needs a nudge. An exit intent pop-up here captures their email before they disappear. Offer something worth trading an email for, a discount, early access, or free shipping. Now they're not gone, they're in your list. And that's exactly the list you'll use to bring them back later. Second, if they haven't triggered exit intent, the same pop-up can fire the moment someone clicks checkout instead. Either way, they get one shot at a perk in exchange for their email right before they move on. And honestly, A/B test different options based on your product. But no matter what you choose, the goal stays the same. Get their email and make the offer feel like something they genuinely want to grab. Your abandoned cart flow is one of the highest ROI things you can set up, because you're not reaching cold strangers. You're reaching people who picked a product, built a cart, and got this close to buying. And most stores either don't have a sequence running at all, or they have one email that goes out 3 days later and does nothing. Here's what actually works. Speed first. The window is short. Someone abandons checkout at 8 p.m. A message hitting their phone by 8:30 is a completely different conversation than one arriving the next morning. First touch should be fast, and it should feel personal, not you left something behind. A real message from a real person at the brand, asking if they had any issues checking out. That one shift from automated blast to personal check-in makes all the difference. From there, your sequence has 2 jobs. Give them information they might be missing, and if they still don't move, make it financially easier. A small discount, free shipping, a limited bundle, something that tips the scale without training them to always wait for a deal. 2 or 3 touches spread over 48 hours. That's it. And here's the thing. Without Fix 4, this sequence has nothing to work with. The pop-up is what fills the list. The flow is what converts it. Together, they close the loop on every customer who almost bought. If you want to see exactly how to set this up, the pop-up, the email capture, the whole flow, I'm putting together a full walkthrough in the next video. Link will be in the description when it's live. Subscribe so you don't miss it.